Welcome to Sex Education, and I am your host, Chimareze Henry Ahunaya. I know today isn't Friday, and you guys may have a lot of questions. Why are we running sex education on Thursday evening? Is because unfortunately, I'm not going to be available for tomorrow. So instead of not having sex education at all, we decided to do the live stream today, the questions and answer. And as we wait for Zamani and we wait for Marvelous, who have not joined us because of network issues, but I have Don with me here. Welcome, Don.
Hey, hey. How are
So
you?
today we're going to be talking about a very interesting topic, which is group sex, threesomes, foursomes, sixsomes, eightsomes, and all the sums. Like according to a survey in New York, it says 31% of people have group sex with one or more persons, and 48% of people have sex with two or two or more persons, while 19 have sex with four or five persons, and a 44% have sex with five, six, seven, eight people. We know this has become a trend. Our first question to you, Don, today is what do you think about group sex?
Me personally, I've never been in like an orgy, but I've been in plenty of threesomes, and I love it. I love it.
And when you were going for the threesome, what was your expectation? How did you like get into that situation? Was it something you wanted to do, something you desired to do? Is that part of your sexual fantasy?
I
Or was it
always wanted to try it. Like I always wanted to see how it would be with two guys or two girls or a guy and a girl, and I really liked it. Like it was just something I wanted to try, and I ended up liking it more than I thought.
amazing? And in the threesome you were involved in, what was the role? Was it like a boy, a top, a bottom, a verse? What was the role play like?
Me, I was a verse, so I was trying to do any and everybody, including myself.
And the other two dudes were
They were tops.
so two tabs and one verse. That's amazing. So let's get into today's topic. Threesomes and foursomes, they've become the normal thing, the normal way to go. Sometimes you're like, hello, I want to have sex, and someone's like, oh, yo, I have my friend over too. Hope you don't mind. And sometimes it could be very awkward. There are situations where you're not expecting to get into a threesome or a foursome, and you just find yourself in that situation. What should you do in those moments? What do you think, Don? In a situation where you don't want to be in such, group play.
Well, me personally, like I'm a firm believer of the word no. So if someone is trying to do something that I do not want to do, I'm not gonna do it. Like I'll probably laugh my way out of it or just get up and leave.
So if yours, Zamani is trying to log in, and the moment he's trying to log in, he goes out, and it's very distracting over here at the studio. But yeah, back to the discussion of today. So threesomes, for me, I feel like threesomes, I'm not like a huge fan of threesomes or group sex, but in a situation where I find myself in that situation, I have so many things running in my mind, because like when you go there, there are always like people. When it's groups, there's always like drama. Somebody's always going to fall out with somebody.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's going to be very awkward. You don't know what to say.
Someone's
You
gonna
don't know
feel
what.
left out. Yeah.
And in such situations, like you are a little bit nervous. But when you get into those situations, I feel the first thing you need to do is communicate with the host, whoever is hosting the party or hosting the gathering. Have that conversation. Okay, I'm coming over. Do you have any other person around? Are people going to be joining us? If they are joining us, what are their roles? Because the worst thing is for you to end up with three tops, or for you to end up with three bottoms, or end up with the same role, and you're like, you guys are all looking at each other and like, okay, what is happening? So having that conversation is very important. Secondly, displaying your role, because like there are situations where people be like, oh yeah, I am. a tub, and then you're like, okay, come over, and then when they come, they meet you, and they're like, oh my god, this dick is big. Sometimes I play bottom too, and they want to play bottom in such situation, and then everything become awkward because like before coming, you told us you were a top, so what's happening now? Why are you not being the top that you said
Right.
you are supposed to be? So in those situations, I feel the first thing you need to do is to be sincere with each other, so you know, okay, this is actually what you want to do. If you're going to be first, just say yes, I'm going to be first. In situations where you get into a room and you don't like certain people, or you discover something about one of the people in the room that turns you off, it's easier you walk off earlier
Mhm.
from such situation, because there are sometimes you get into a group play and then you discover, okay, this person, I don't like his body, I don't like his breath, or I don't like the way he smells. So many things could turn you off in a group play,
Right.
because like you don't know where everybody has been, you don't know the health situation with everybody. That is one thing that honestly turns me off from group plays, because like at the end of the whole day, you don't want to have a foreplay, or you don't want to have a group play, or you don't want to have a group section, and you end up going to the doctors, right? So you
Right.
want a situation where when you have such plays, you are still intact. Finally, when you get into such situations, I feel like be calm, relax, relax your nerves,
Mhm.
get to have a conversation, get to have a drink, and then get into your action. When you get into your actions, there are different positions in group play. So there is the ice cream cone, which is where we have like three bottoms lay
Mhm.
over on top each other, and then you have a top you're getting, and then you guys begin to go in and out. You start with like some foreplay so that you begin to have that sex conversation. Like, are you into nipple sucking? Are you into dick sucking? What are you into? And once you discuss what you're into, then you gradually, slowly, get into the whole group play. Because honestly speaking, I've been in situations where I ended up wanting to just have a one-on-one with someone, and then it
Mhm.
turns out to be a group play.
Yeah.
It turns out to be a group play. Then it becomes very
Yeah.
awkward because you don't know what to say. You don't know how to go on about the whole situation. And you're like, damn. So I feel the first thing you need to do is start up with foreplay so that you can gradually know what somebody likes. I don't know if you have anything to add on.
Um, I feel like, yeah, like it's better to do it maybe with people you already know, so you know if they're hygienic or have an odor, bad breath, or anything like that that would turn you off in the moment. But I mean, it's a tricky situation because you could still mess with somebody and they could be into spitting or something that you don't like. You know what I mean? And then you're just turned off. You're like, oh no, but no, I mean, yeah, I definitely would trust maybe doing it with people I know than strangers, because with strangers you don't know what you're gonna get. You really don't know.
That's true, anyways. So
Hmm.
if you ever get into a situation where you don't know or you don't like something, I feel walk away is always like, for me, group sex is not my thing. It's not my thing, but at the same time, people do like it, and sometimes you need to just kind of have an open mind. But in a situation where you don't have an open mind, I feel just like me, just be like, okay, honey, this is not my thing. But like we earlier discussed, have the conversation, have the sex chat. It's always important to have the sex chat. Know what each and every one of you are into. Discuss your roles. Start with a foreplay, and when you start with your foreplay, also ask about their health status, because it's very very important. You ask about the health status because somebody could be having an STD or an STI in that situation.
Right.
And also ask about the relationship status. Are you single? Are you in a relationship? You don't want a situation where you end up having like a sex party and then you discover, oh, you're into a relationship. In such situation, you don't want also to catch feelings, because like when you have such parties, it's like a no string attached scenario. So go into such events knowing that, okay, this is just to have fun, this is just to catch my fun, and once I'm done, it is over.
I feel like I mean, that's if and only if people are going to be honest. Like, like, yes, I'm not clean, or I'm HIV positive, or I have a boyfriend. Those aren't things people always say. You know what I mean? So you have to hope that your partners are being honest with you. That's what I would think.
If you are watching, please comment. Tell us what you think in this situation. If you're going to be watching later, tell us what you think about this situation. Have you been in an awkward situation where you ended up being in a group sex and then everything became awkward? What did you do? What can you do to enhance having a group sex? What do you feel is the way to go when you have a group sex? Especially from the top, from the point of a bottom. I feel like when you're bottom and you have like two tops there, it's like a dream come true, because like you have your rows, and you could first start with like one top at one edge and the other top at the other edge, somebody eating you and you giving out some BJs, and you could have the dream. But I feel a situation is where you don't have like the preferred role, in a situation where you don't have the preferred role, and then everything just goes sideways.
Uh, yeah, I mean, I almost feel like it's just important to know, because you could think you're getting in the bed with two tops and then they bend over. You know what I mean? So it's like you got to figure out how to work your way out of those situations.
But anyways, I feel like when you also get there, you could start with kissing each other. I think kissing will help you enhance your connection, because like the people you're meeting are strangers. So when you get in such situation and you begin to kiss, like you kind of open your body to that circumstance, and you allow your mind to rest. Other than that, I feel like if you get into the party, it depends on the vibes too. Depends on the vibes of the party. If you get into the party and they're like alcohol, getting into the party, everybody's like cool, chill. I feel it helps you to ease up a bit. But when you get into the party and everybody is like just reserved or clothed, it kind of makes you a little bit shy. So I feel you should read the temperature of the room. Once you reach the temperature of the room, it's going to help you know, okay, what am I supposed to do? So you don't end up being like, so you don't end up, Marvelous is here. Welcome, Mr. Chaffo. So you don't end up being like in a very awkward situation. Hey, Marvelous, what's up?
I'm fine. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Today has
Yes.
been
So,
real.
yeah, sorry, Jerry. Even I had to look for like a kind of quiet space for me to even be able to speak. So I'm
Where,
sorry to. I apologize to you. I apologize to the
where is
viewers.
that man? You
I
people
really so.
really like I don't like a situation. I understand what happened, but today has been a little bit off because of everything that has been happening. But anyways, welcome. We were just having the conversation about group sex, and we talked about what can you do to enhance a group sex. Have you ever been in a group sex situation before, and how was it?
Yes, I have been in a group sex situation before, and it was. I think I've had different experience. I think it has been 3 times. The first one was not too good. It was kind of awkward because when you are having it, it's supposed to be a group sex, and it's supposed to be like different people trying to connect together. But it got to a point where it felt like it was um, I was the one that they were connecting to rather than we blending together. So it kind of felt odd, it kind of felt awkward because I expected people to, now, to like it's like a kind of family kind of sex. But just felt like, oh, everybody was like connected towards me. And I felt like this is awkward for me. So, but I just said, oh, maybe it's the first time experience. So I tried another one, and the other one was even worse off. And I
What
tell people
happened?
that that one was worse off. That one, have to be honest. No, the first one was even people connecting to me. The second one was even people not connecting to me. That was what made it. So
So
it was like the opposite.
on the second one, they were turned off by you.
Not really, I wouldn't say turned off, but they were not, this one had a lot of fine people there. So they were not looking towards my direction. It was towards another person's direction, and that one was even worse
Ah,
off. Like, so it was just as if we got to a point where I just wank. When I finished wanking, I said, "Oh, I beg Jerry," and I went and just laid down on my own and stayed on my own.
so
That's it.
in this situation, did you know you were going for like an org, or was it like a situation where you just ended up being there?
No, I kind of knew. I kind of knew what I was going for and prepared myself.
I see. So what do you feel you could have done better to make the whole thing go smoothly?
Okay, that's the thing. That's the funny thing. I always tell people that sometimes you put the blame on yourself. That what could you have done better? What could you have done better? For me, I would say that there's nothing I could have done better. The blame is not on me. It was on them, because when I flash back, because even when I thought of it, I said, "Oh, did I do something off that?" But I felt like I did everything well. I connected well. I came with an open mindset, because to me, when I still flashback and say, "Is there anything I could have done better?" Not really. There's nothing I could have done better, because I came with an open mindset. It was they that could have done better. And that's the thing about group sex or threesome or having everything. I tell people that sometimes the blame is not actually on you, it's actually on them. If they are not willing to bring the same energy with you, forget it, you're not going to enjoy it. And you shouldn't just put that blame on yourself or put that burden on yourself.
So viewers, we've been having a lot of destruction today. Today has been one of those days I wish like everything just went the way we planned. But as you can see, Zamani is trying to log in and he's having network issue. Carry on, marvelous. And if you're watching us, please comment.
Yeah.
Write your comment in the question and write your comment in the comment section. Say your questions and we'll read them out loud. Go on, marvelous.
Yeah, I think I'm done. That's the thing. So that's why I said that it takes two to tango. In this case, three or four or more to tango. That's the word. So it's not really about you. It's also about them. If you're not bringing the same energy, it's most likely to go
That was
upward. And I
That
tell
was
people
what we
again
said.
that
Sorry, that
yeah,
was what we said before you even came. I talked about reading the energy in the room. Like when you get into the same energy, if you read the energy in the room, then it will help you know what vibes you're supposed to follow because you don't want a situation. Sorry, guys. Marvelous is out. You don't want a situation where you get there and then you're like, oh my God, this is what I'm expecting. And then you're full of energy. You want to go there, you want to give your all, but then you read the signs in the room and then everybody's just dull. So you don't want a situation where you become like the weirdo in that situation. And again, Zamani is out. We are having a lot of network issues today, and it is becoming so bad. It's becoming so bad. Ugh. But let's carry on. So, as we're waiting for the people from Nigeria to settle with their networks and everything, I think at this particular time we are just going to take a 5 minutes break. We'll be right back. Let's just gather ourselves. We are human beings. Shit like this happen, and please stay on the line. Let us figure out what is happening with Samani and what is happening with Mr. Achafo. We'll be right back. We're just going to take a 5 minutes break. Thank you. Please comment if you're watching, comment where you're watching from, comment your questions in the comment section. Please don't go. We'll be right back. I know today is not one of those days that we have the best, and we've been having a lot of network issues even before we started. So please, if you're joining us, just forgive us today. Forgive us. I feel like if today was Friday, maybe another different energy would have come. But whatever that is happening, we are just going to continue with the program. Marvelous, are you back?
yes, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. I want to try and see if Zamani can hear us. Zamani, Can you hear us? Abubakar. But anyways, at this particular time, I just asked Don. Don, let's go. Let's move in with the games. Let's just start from a different angle. Let's just go into our games for today, and then we'll come back on this topic, and we're going to treat it again and see how it goes as we wait for Zamani to come in. So let's do the games for tonight.
All right, guys. Audience, if you guys remember last week, I did a game with you guys. I'm gonna try another fun one with you guys this week. I want the audience to get involved in the comments, and everyone to just have fun. We're playing Would You Rather today. So,
sorry, before you carry on, let me just answer this. Today we have the program at this time today because I'm not going to be available tomorrow. I'm going to be on a set tomorrow. So I'm the only one that have access to the program that we used to live stream the show. And because of that, we have to do the program today. And I feel like this was really, really a bad idea because, like, as you can see, we're having a lot of network issues with Marvelous and Zamani today. I wish we have it tomorrow, but even though we're having it today so that we can have the live questions and answer instead of just having it pre-recorded and streamed tomorrow. So because of those who normally will ask questions on the show, that is why we are doing it today instead of on Friday. But the program still remains Friday, same time, and we will still do it the normal way we always do it, which is comment your questions. We'll read them, we'll show them on the screen, and we'll answer all the questions you have today. But our show still remains Friday, and it's still by 11 p.m. Nigerian time and 6 p.m. Toronto time. Thank you. Don't carry on.
Okay. All right. So some of these are kind of funny. You have to have a sense of humor for them. Like, don't take anything seriously. It's all in fun. But yeah, would you guys rather? So one that I thought was really, really funny, and since we're talking about groups today, it's kind of funny. Would you rather watch your parents have sex or have sex with them one time?
Mr. Zamani, could you please mute your mic? I think there's an echo coming from your end. I feel for me, it's a no for the whole of those questions. Never. I don't want to watch them have sex. I don't want to have sex with them. I feel that is not the track where I want to go to. Please, Zamani, please mute your mic. Please mute your mic, Zamani. Mute your mic. Mute your mic. Please mute your mic, Zamani. Okay. Marvelous, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Zamani's
mic is DJ Screaming.
What?
Zamani's mic is DJ Screaming.
Zamani, see, I don't know what's been going on with Zamani. See, Zamani has been trying to get in on this program. Zamani will appear and he will disappear. I honestly swear I'm not adding Zamani back on this thing until he gets a good network, because this is becoming embarrassing. It's becoming very embarrassing. It's making the show go slow. It's just taking me out of the vibes I'm supposed to be in. And then it's like, I don't know what's going on with his network. Please, I think you should advise Zamani on a good network that you feel he should use. Let's read the comments. So Lord Kelvin says, I beg, no, I know they hear waiting the guy they tell. Okay, I'm going to say, he says today he's doing the games and he's asking us a question. So he's asking us because we're doing a topic about group sex and we're doing a topic about org, or whatever the word is, ORGY. And we're doing the topic about all this group sex and group position. He's asking now, if you're listening, would you rather watch your parents have sex, your papa and mama, you could watch them have sex, or will you have sex with them? That is the question. Please comment what you think about that question.
The second one is even a no-no. That is an act of immorality. That one is even the second one. The second one is a no. It's a
But
no.
see, but see,
So
in Bible days, children had sex with their father. Remember when the Bible talks about? Sorry, let me just explain very well. Remember when the Bible talks about Sodom and Gomorrah and everything that happened? Then Lot and his two daughters left Sodom, and the Bible says they had sex with their father. So what are you saying? Bible says it's okay.
Well, that's why I said that there are many things that the Bible says that are also problematic. We know the issue of slavery too is a very problematic issue. You know the issue too of Paul telling women not to speak in church. That one too is also problematic. So I talk about that the Bible is not perfect, just like every other book that we know. It is not perfect. There are some things there that we can argue about. So for me, I feel like because it's coming from the Bible does not make it a perfect scenario or a one size fits all scenario. So me, I would not even agree with that. The second one is like a no, 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 no. The first one even seems much more. Yes, that one too is a no, no, but at least the first one, if it's like what they
Why
say,
on
choose
earth would
between
you
the
want
devil.
to watch your parents have sex?
That's why I said that if you're saying between the two, he said, would you rather A or B? So you have to choose one. You can't just come and say
And I
none of the
never
above.
choose one, none of the above.
That means you are just being an hypocrite. I'm not ready to play the game. So can we just go and sleep? Can we just all go to bed rather than you playing a double mindset? He said, would you rather? You have to choose one.
Okay,
I said the
okay.
reason why
I,
you are
I'm
choosing
like
one.
in that situation for me, I'd rather watch number one.
Okay. I think I would too. I would just watch.
Please go on to the next question.
Okay. Okay.
So
So,
you can also reach the comments too.
okay. Barney Pascal said, I don't want to see, hear, nor even have with them never. Oh my goodness.
Then we have another comment from Lord Kelvin.
Lord Kelvin, he says, my papa and mama, this one hard. Oh, how will I even try that? That was old. This was in the old nah. That's funny.
And we still have another one from Pascal. Pascal says, Chimorese, that's the era of scenario is quite different from today. I could accept at that time because there was need to procreate and there was no other human. Honey, let me answer this question before we go to the next game. There were enough people at that time, even from that Genesis episode, because like even when we go back to Genesis 1, even though we're not preaching in this episode, please, I'm just quoting for references. You go back, it says Adam and Eve were chased, then Cain killed Abel, then Abel, there were other people on the planet of Earth. In short, Abraham
No,
already
there were no other
described that.
people. According to your
No,
Bible, there was no other people. Even
according
Cain
to
took
that
his
same Bible.
sister. Cain took his sister and go and marry her. And he had to leave them. So I'm sure from Cain
Let,
taking
let
his
me let me
sister,
complete let me
giving
complete my
birth.
statement. Let me complete my
Yeah,
statement. So when
complete
Cain
your
killed
statement.
Abel and God came to Cain and said, Cain, why have you killed Abel? What did Cain say? Cain says, God, put a form mark on my head so that when they see me, they will not kill me. If it was only Cain and Abel and Adam and Eve that were living alive, who would kill Cain?
So that the Abel's people from Abel's this thing now, from what are they called? Because Cain and Abel were not the only children.
Cain
They
and
were
Abel,
not the
from
only
Bible
children.
standard, Cain and Abel were the only children no, at
They
that
were not.
time.
They were not. That means you didn't. That means you didn't read the Bible. They were not the only children.
They
Where did you
had
see the sister
children.
he married
They
for?
had children
Adam
after
and Cain and
Adam
Abel
and
were not.
Eve,
No, no.
but
Then
Adam
who
and
did Cain
Eve
carry?
had
Who did Cain
Cain,
carry? If they
Cain,
were the only.
when Cain died was when after Adam, the Bible does say Adam and Eve had other children. But at that time, it was only Cain and Abel that were literally the stated children that they had. But this is
They
not a
were the
Bible
stated
class.
children, but they were not the only children. This is
There
not
was no
Bible class
there
where I
was
could
there
preach.
was there
No, they
was
were
no
the stated children,
there
but
was
they were
no
not
proof
the
of
only
that.
children. Because at least I know that
Yes, they were the stated children, but they were not the only
they're not
children
the
because
only
after
children.
Cain
Yes.
killed Abel, Adam and Eve had other children. But at that time, when Cain had died, there were no other person apart from them. And he made that statement. That literally means there were other people in that situation. But back to our games because this is not a
Okay.
Sunday school class. Done over to
Because
you.
we can go on and on, but don't. Let's just take it away.
Are we going to the next question?
Yes, to the next
Yeah.
question.
Okay. So the next one is, would you rather have a threesome with your two worst enemies or a threesome with your closest best friends?
A threesome with my closest best friends.
A
Afterward,
threesome
they
with my two
after,
worst enemies.
afterwards they say marry your best friends. So what am I waiting for? Best friends, come, let's
No,
have sex.
a
That's
threesome with my two worst enemies.
Why would you have
It,
threesome with your two worst enemies?
my
why
dear,
not?
so that I can punish them with my dick.
Ooh, wait.
So it's the truth. So that I
What is
can
even
punish.
better?
He said
So
punish.
that I
That's
can
so
punish them. So that I can punish them now. They've been enemies with me for a long time. So this is my time
funny.
of redemption. My time to teach them a lesson. And my time to so I will make sure I punish them with it. After doing it, they will go home and treat themselves. Because I'm going to be hard. I'm going to do like what they say, flog me with your dick. So I'm going to flog them with it and make sure that they feel. So I'm going to make sure I make sure that the enmity after I'm done with them, they will not want to be enemies with me again.
You think so?
Yeah, I know so. Not like I think so. I know so.
You're so silly.
Jordan. As the many, can you unmute yourself? Can you hear us? Or no? Zamani? Zamani? Zamani cannot see us. Carry on, Don. What's the next question for today?
Okay. Oh Lord. All right. Let me
Take
get
your
good.
time. And as you're taking your time, let me just reply this question. Pascal says since they were the only children, no need of assumption. Pascal, I'm not assuming, I'm just stating what Kane said because it's going to be
You
an
you
unrealistic
are
thing for
assuming.
someone to
You
say.
are assuming. I wish that we had more time to
I'm not
debate this.
I'm
I
not
would have
assuming.
I
That
would
was
have
what he
had more
said.
time. But
That was what he said. I was like, God put a mark so that these people when they see me they ain't gonna kill me. So if he was assuming or if you're saying I'm assuming, so you mean King was even lying to the Almighty.
see, like I said that no, I'm not saying that what you said is wrong or it's not in the Bible. No, what you said is absolutely correct. But saying that that's what I'm trying to let you know that they were not the only children. If you read the Bible thoroughly, it's just bad enough that the location I am in, sef, even to this video na because of the read and the quote Bible, even audio self, I had to move away to. Okay, so I wish that this was like in a different episode. I
See,
would
we're
have
going to
had
have
like
that
a
conversation on our questions and answer. We're going to have a day where we have questions and answers, and you people can
yeah.
ask us that question. I will go back to that question. But because
So
today is sex education, please let's go back to our sex education topic
yeah,
so we
that's
don't get
no
carried away.
problem.
And please,
Yeah, no
Zamani,
problem.
can you unmute yourself to show us that you can hear us? And if you're watching, please comment your answers to this question. Don't carry on. What is the next question for us?
So the next one is: would you rather have sex with your doctor and your cousin in a threesome, or your manager and your half brother?
Hey, wait, hey, wait. What kind of
Wait,
question?
can you quickly repeat that? Your doctor and your what?
It's either your doctor and your cousin or your manager and your half brother. At least the cousin can be a long distance cousin. So doctor and long distance cousin that I don't know. Makes sense.
That's a good way to look at it.
I think I'll go with half brother. That is like a step
Half
brother.
brother
Now,
is
so
like it's not your step brother, but it's your half brother. So that is like your father married a woman and you have like she had a child with that woman. Your mother married your
Like
husband and then
you and your brother have different dads, type thing.
Okay. Like different dads, but the same mom.
Yeah,
or the same dad and different mom.
Okay.
yeah.
I think I'll probably maybe go for the go towards the cousin way too. I will lean towards the cousin way because half brothers this thing can be problematic. It can be very, very problematic. So I lean towards the cousin way and the doctor way for me. So I don't know. I would have wanted manager to get a promotion. That would have been very, very fantastic. I would have I would have wanted a manager to get the promotion. But
I feel that half
it's
brother is the trick, like because brother is there,
yes, the
I
half
feel
brother
like
is a
it's
trick.
incest.
Just a trick. That's actually for a step stepbrother. That would have probably been nice, stepbrother. So you don't have to be the same father, the same mother. It's
But
just
this is
uh
like a common thing, and let's just have this conversation. It's a common thing in the LGBTQ community. We see twins having sex, we see brothers having sex. Please, you have to
but
comment. What do you think about such situations?
you
Because
said I saw something wrong. I'm surprised that you are changing your mouth. When we had
what
that issue about the beach, that beach issue, you should nobody should judge. Nobody is the judge. This one, and when we
I
had that
am
issue about that
asking,
new
what
beach.
is your option? You guys should
But your
comment what
option
you
was,
feel.
but I'm surprised now that you are playing the same card.
I
When you should
still,
have
I,
gone the
I
half
still
brother
have my
way.
mouth. I can still speak, darling.
No,
I can
but
still
you
speak.
went. But why are you changing your mouth? You come on different episodes, you change
I
your
didn't
mouth.
change my mouth. What did I change?
But on that episode, that new beach episode, you
Uh-huh.
said people are left to live the way they want to be free. And when I was
Yes,
saying let's
please
draw a line,
live the way you want
you
to
say who wants
live.
to join? Who wants
Freedom
to? Then
of
why are you not
speech.
asking?
Be who
Then
you are.
why are you changing your
Don't live
mouth
by
to
the
half
rules of
brother?
others.
Why not
I
go
have
with
always
half
said that.
brother? Why not
Or
go with half brother? Why are
my
you not
rules
going
are
with?
different. I don't want to go that way. That is no
Okay, you don't want to go that way.
see when
Then
John asked that question,
support
right? I said
endorse
I
it
don't
with
want to
your
go that
chest.
route. See, it's not every
Endorse
route
it with your chest.
See, okay, like for today, right? We are talking about group sex. And in this group sex of a thing, yes, I've been in situations where I've gone to places where I ended up seeing or being in a situation where they were group sex. But it's not my thing. Am I going to condemn group sex because it's not my thing? No. Do I have no knowledge about group sex? I do have a little knowledge about it, but it's not my thing, but I can talk about it. You get it? And people can indulge in it. If you find it is your fantasy, go ahead, do your good stuff, do your threesomes, do your foursomes, do your sixsomes, do your hugs, do your parties, do your gatherings, do your swings. If you want to do chain and chain, everybody line up like an assembly ground fucking each other. That's your thing. Do your thing. But will I do it? Hell no. Do I want to enjoy it? Hell
But
no. That is just my
wait,
preference.
can I just say something? That is
Yes,
one
go
thing
on.
that kills me about the LGBTI community members. We as individuals, we should be much more open to speaking about ourselves. You can say, oh, I'm not judgmental, but this is my own opinion because I would not do it. And here is A, B, C, D, D. But you know what kills me about LGBTI community members? Especially people in authority, people like Chimerize. Chimerize will preach with that. Be free like a bird, be free like an eagle. Don't let them cage you. You are born to be, and yet you will not do that same thing. You will come behind and condemn it. That these people are jokers. How can I do this? How
See,
can I do
no,
that?
no,
So
no.
I
That
feel
is
like
not
it's the
true. That
double
is not true.
standards.
That
It's
is
the
not
double
true. That
standards
is
that
not the
we should
double
not.
standard. No, that is not true. I said I don't indulge in it personally, but there is freedom of speech. There is a freedom of expression for those who enjoy such situations to have their fun. That is the only thing I stand for, and I always make my stand very clear to anybody who is listening to me from day one. Even before you guys joined us, I've said a situation that you could be in a group sex and it becomes awkward and it's not my thing from day one. I made that clear to anybody watching. So for me, I'm a very transparent person. If I don't do such a thing, I will tell you I don't do such a thing. But will I condemn it? No, I won't condemn it because people have a right to freedom. They have a right to expression. You get it? I'm not going to be like a judge. Zamani, please jump in. What Zamani has disappeared. But anyways, Don, what do you have to say? Contribute. I
I
want to
think
hear from
Zamani's network is always off, like 0% network. So let's
But
just
let's go
know.
with Don. Don, what do you have to say concerning that?
I would say for the question you mean, I would say yeah, the doctor and the cousin.
Minus the question we're talking about, in a situation where you don't indulge in such a thing, do you totally condemn it because you don't indulge in such a thing? Or do you leave it open for those who want to do such a thing to have their freedom of right and expression?
I don't know, like, because it's like it's personal choice. You know what I mean? Like I don't
Thank you,
judge.
Talin.
I mean, I don't judge people. So like, what you choose to do is what you choose to do. I'm not gonna condemn you for what you do. It's you have to, you know what I'm saying, like confront your demons and come to whatever you need to come to because of the choices you make. Like, I'm not God. I can't judge or condemn you or anything.
I think I love this new comment that's on the
Let me
screen.
just
Chimerize
address
is
that
everyone
comment.
can hold
I
on.
let me
Can we
address
just
that
read?
comment. It
Can we
was
just read?
addressed to
Can I
me.
read it first?
I
Hold
agree.
on,
Go
hold
ahead.
on.
Read it.
Uh,
Read it. Read it.
uh Chimeweze, if everyone is allowed to live the way they want, there will be disorder. And when there is a disorder, anarchy sets in. And it's just as if this person was actually even watching, like he watched that nude beach episode from beginning to end. And that was my point. I said, where do we draw the line in the community? We keep on piling things and keep on stretching the rope till when it gets to a point whereby the rope is now too long that we can no longer pull it back. That's the way I see it. And let me just break that down for those that don't know. We know the same with an LGBTQI now, and there's now a plus. And the plus, we keep on wondering that what is this plus for? Is it for pedophilia, incest, different kind of community members that we're now joining to make up the LGBTQI community member? It is drawing the line for me that's the problem. Because these days we just see people wanting some nasty fantasies, and it seems like everybody is saying, "Oh, you can be free, you can be the way you want to be," and it's becoming very, very annoying. And that's what me I'm trying to just say, that it's just the stretching of the line and the pushing of the line that it's the problem for me. You can decide that, see, you want to be free and you want to be who you are, but not at the detriment of other people, not at the expense of other people, and not in a way where it feels
in
like
in in,
quote
thi-
and
in, this,
unquote.
in this situation, we don't we are not they are not in terms of we they are not having fantasy at the detriment of other people. It's also
To
a
me, I feel
situation
like it's
where
at
we
the
were
detriment.
this let me come in. This is
Okay,
a
no problem, go
situation
on.
where their fantasy is between two consenting adults that know what they are doing, and it has no harm to any other person. Other than when you look into the situation, like when we were talking, when you in that episode when we were talking about the two twins having sex, I never said that was a good idea. I've always been someone that I feel like there should be a line of decency. But when we were having that conversation about the nude beach, I was saying that in such situation, if it's done in discretion, in a discreted, private location where you don't is the public doesn't have easy access to it, I feel that it's fine. Again, yes, we cannot allow everybody live their life the way they want, because some lifestyle is going to hurt other people. That is why I said, as long as it is doing no harm to no other person and it's among two consenting adults, you are free to express yourself the way you want to express yourself. And I'm not going back on that statement, because that is how I feel. I feel that is how society should be run. Unless somebody comes out and say he wants to burn the whole fucking world down ahead, then we know that person is mad. You get
I
me?
say
We
again.
know that one has passed. It has passed the line. There is a line. I agree
Should
where
we
there
no?
should be a
Should we
social line.
wait? Should we wait until the line is very, very until we have gotten to a place whereby the line has become so, what's the word? Is it so long that anytime we now try to do anything again, people will be like, no, 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 we've come so far. Freedom is this one, pride is freedom. And like I asked from that video, is that the best way to show pride? To be honest, I say it and I say I just keep
No,
on
I
saying it
feel
to
from
myself.
that video that's not the best way to show pride. But from that same video, I will not deny that that is still one part of a way to show pride. And
Oh, that
because
is one
that is
part of
not,
the way to show pride.
I'm coming. Let me finish. Let me finish, sir. And because that is also one way of showing pride, I'm not going to close that way to those who want to show their pride through that way. That is one thing I'm not going to do.
No, no
I'm going to
problem.
allow them to be able to express
Let's
themselves. Because, like,
let's
don't,
just
right?
move on.
Wait, let me ask Don this question. Don't.
Okay.
When have you ever been to any of the prides?
Yeah.
Which of them have you been to?
It's in Las Vegas. Just the parade. It was
And,
about years back.
and when you went for the parade, did you see naked people walking around with their
No.
genitals? No. Okay. In Toronto, we do see naked people walking around with their genitals, and it's a normal thing here. It is part of the culture. I feel if you're going to come to Toronto and you want to come into this culture, you have to embrace it. We are not forcing you to embrace it, but it's part of our culture. It's one thing that makes us who we are. We are not ashamed of it, and we are not going to deny it, because at the end of the whole day, everybody is naked in one way or the other. Are we going to allow naked people run around the city naked? No. Is it going to be in a secluded area? Yes. You are only allowed to do that within the gay village, not no place else. So there is decency drawn there. I guess you can read the next question, don't, or the next comment rather.
So Barney Pascal says, if I don't do a thing, I won't condemn those who do it, but those who do it must do it with caution. And
Thank you, darling. That is what I'm saying.
I agree,
Go on.
like, like I don't want to, do you. It's your life, you know what I'm saying? But again, you have to deal with whatever choices you make.
In the next comment, Chimere said, don't adults misbehave? Yes, adults do misbehave or so much. That is why we have the police and we have the authorities to make sure that adults are in check. That is why we have the, excuse me, that is why we have the constitutions and we have the laws of the land to make sure that everybody is in check. And when you fall away from the laws of the land, you are given a fine. Those, they are things that have already been put in place by societal standard to make sure that society doesn't go into anarchy. Thank you so much for that question. I'm going to read the next one so that we'll go back to our question. Adults needs to be tend to. Yes, we said that before.
True.
Again, that is why we have the police. That is why we have the law. That is why we have the law court. That is why we also have the prison to tend people. So when you do
F the
things,
police. F
And
the
and
police.
religion
We are our
and
own police.
morals.
Let's police each other. Let's police each other. When we see something wrong, let's call it wrong. When we see something that is not going well, let's call it that it's not going well. Let's stop the pretense. God, jeez. I use my
you
mind.
say one thing about Marvelous. Marvelous will come on this episode and be like, let's start. Da, 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 da. But when it is time again, Marvelous, you change like a camel. That is what I'm going to say.
That's a lie.
You change when the time changes.
I've
You change
always
when the
taken my
situation
stand.
changes.
No, I've
Because
always taken my stand
there are
on this.
situations,
I have been bold.
there
No,
are
I
situations
have
where we
been
have.
bold. Mention to. I have been bold and stood my ground on where I expect it to be. Like I always tell people that where do we draw the line? I've always been saying it from the one, even from Qrealtalk, that where do we draw the line of decency when we're even shooting just once a week? I always said it on our episode. Like I would be honest and tell people, our community members, yes, pride is freedom.
Are you
But I
saying?
always
Are
tell
you
people
saying?
that
Are you saying our community doesn't have decency?
I'm not saying our community doesn't have decency. Some people, just like I love what this Pascal guy said. Say Pascal Bernard, I can't remember the person commenting. Yes, okay, Barney, sorry, Barney Pascal. He said it too. He said it's a general thing for adults to misbehave. Despite your sexuality, we have seen adults misbehave. We have seen LGBTQI community member commit grave crimes or like horrible crimes, even against their own community members. So whether we like it or not, adults misbehave, adults commit crime, adults tend to go overboard. And whether when the adults tend to go overboard, whether they're LGBTQI or not, we should be able to call them as like, yo, you're going overboard. This and this and this and this is wrong. Yes,
So
at the meantime, you
give
might
us
feel
one
like
example where LGBTQ adults have gone overboard.
the that nude beach was going overboard. It is bad enough that I tell people that see it is one thing for you to have your fantasies in a closed environment. Oh, it's your fantasies, you're having it between yourself, nobody's there. When you're now
And
recording
can I
it,
just jump in
can I
a
just
bit?
land? Can I
Okay,
land? I
go on.
just hold on, let me land. You jump in a bit. You know you are always good at jumping in. You are good at jumping a bit, so don't worry, you have your flow. So for me, I just feel like where I'm trying to say is that it's good for you to have your fantasies and fine and good. It is normal. It is fine. And like what I said, it is your giving right. But then when you now record it and now post on the internet and make it feel like, oh, pride is this thing. Let us be free. This is not pride. This is a shameful act that you've done. It's a shameful act. First, an open beach. There are better things that are affecting the LGBTI community member. And the best thing that you can do is to go on a beach naked, record yourself, post to the whole world, and make them feel like we're a bunch of animals that want to do it everywhere. This is what we feel like we've had the best of life, and this is the way we now want to. This is the way the line we now want to go towards. This is very very wrong. To me, it is
I just
wrong.
want to
To
ask
me,
you a
it is
question. I know this is supposed to be sex education, and please,
yeah.
please, we're
Just go
having this
on.
conversation because this is a very good conversation, and this is important.
Yeah.
In this situation, we know they are an association of people who call themselves the nudists. They love to be nude. In short, they say it is a spiritual way of connecting to nature by being in your natural born suit. What do you have to say to such people who are nudists by nature, and that is how they are? They don't like wearing clothes. They just want to be off clothes. They feel
You
so
can
uncomfortable.
be nudist. You can be nudist by nature, in your own nature, in your own zone. And to be honest, I've met people that are nudists. Even in fact, I have a friend called we call him Charming. Sha. His name is Prince. We just had Charming. We had Prince Charming because he's like very, very fine. And he's a nudist. If you come to Prince house, like Prince is basically almost naked every time in his own house or in his own space. But when it's come, but Prince doesn't have like any videos. He doesn't have a recording of it. He doesn't post it. You can never find his pictures
So
outside
you're
and
saying
him
the
being a nudist.
defining line in this
Prince,
situation is when they bring it to social media.
exactly. Prince is doing it because that's the way he feels. I tell people that if your reason is genuine and it is
That is the
valid and you're
same
doing
thing
it
we
for
were saying.
and you are
That is
doing
what
it
I've
for
been saying
you
from
don't
day
have to
one.
bring it to the
I've been
social
saying,
media.
yes, you could do it in the secrecy or in the discreet of your, your convenience. But yes, the line is when you bring it to the general public. And that is why I said, even in Pride, it is only in a discreted area, which is a village, where you could do that. Within, if you pass that line, you get arrested. And that is where decency, and that
But
is where the line
Chimeze,
of decency is drawn.
just finally wrapping up, just like Pascal said, who need to go naked, Chimeze? So that's the final thing.
Who
Who
needs
need
to go
whether
naked, whether gay village or not?
whether
Keep
we
your back.
not
See, sometimes you need it as a form of art,
alright.
it's a form of entertainment, it's a form of nature. We weren't born with clothes, and we were the ones who invented clothes and decency. And if people decide to go naked, they should go naked. I myself, if I want to go naked, I will go naked, and it's nobody effing business. Let's go to the next comment. Chimerizi, that gathering was dark pride, but did not reflect pride. It's not cool. I feel, yes, I listen to your opinion and I understand your own
Damn.
form of expression. But even at that gathering, I feel it is pride because one, queer men are there. Two, they were doing no harm to nobody. They were just expressing love, having sex, period. And finally, the last comment.
Expressing what?
They were expressing love. And nudists don't go nude outside, it's indoors. Do you connect to nature in public? It is done indoor. You connect to nature in public because you cannot have an indoor forest, my darling. You cannot have an indoor ocean. It is in public. Nudists connect to nature. I feel you should go do a little research about nudity and spirituality, and then you will understand from the perspective of nudists. But back to Don. Let me give Don the last question and we'll wrap up for today because we are running out of time and we've had a very lovely, interesting conversation. Though we've not heard from Zamani. Zamani, do you have anything to say before I hand it over to Don?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you if your network ain't going to trip again.
Okay. I'm sorry for coming in late. I'm having network issues.
We already
About what
know.
Marvelous said, since Marvelous is kind of angry that people show off their notes on the internet. What do you thought? Okay, what do you call porn stars? I want to ask Marvelous, how do you explain porn stars?
Thank you
Who
for that
fucking post on the
intelligent
internet?
question. So, Marvelous, what do you say? What do you have to say? Answer.
Porn stars. Porn is a valid work. Porn is a work. This is their job. And whether you like it or not, porn stars are not throwing it in your face. You have to patronize them. Zamani now, for example, now it's not coming on the show naked or coming on the show, maybe banking someone. That's what it's using to open the show. Maybe now it's banking someone and we have to be watching. And maybe as we are talking, imagine Zamani now coming on the show now and he's doing it and we have to be watching. Asking Zamani, what do you feel about this episode? And what would you say? So Zamani is not here. So Zamani's own is his work. You need to patronize him first before you now get exclusive access to this thing. And that's what I'm saying. It needs to be so these people can go and do those things in secluded area and keep it. You can record it. Keep it to yourself. It's when you are not talking with your friends and saying,
I
"Oh,
feel.
I recorded."
Yeah.
Calm down. I think
Go.
he said, and you're not saying that. "Oh, I recorded this thing, oh, and I have this record." And the person is like, really, can I see? And then you show it to the person and the kind of private, I make the person know that okay, you just between me and you, see it, and it ends there. So it's you like it's just like a private kind of way, rather than you bringing it to the public, posting it out there and make my idea. It shows that truly what you are doing it for is not the right reason, it's not valid. Don't compare porn porn work and this one. Porn is a job, it's a work. This will not be work. They are trying to express pride, and that is rubbish. This is not the best way to express pride. Yeah, 2
I
minutes
just have a
ago.
question for you, Mr. Marvelous Achafo. Talking about decency, and today we are talking about group sex. Do you think group sex is decent?
Group sex is very, very decent. In fact,
How
I
how
feel
does
like
group
to me,
how does group sex count as being decent?
group sex can't have been decent because it takes consensual adults, and it depends on what you want to do, how you want to have,
And it's
and
also
as I
brought
say
on
again,
social media and forced in our throat. So what's the
it's not
difference
brought on,
now?
so it's not brought on social media, please. It's not, but before you see those kind of, before you say anything sexual, you need to go and patronize it. You can't find it on many, what's the word? You can't, it's not something that you can get easily. It's not something you can get. You have to go to a kind of site for you to get them. That's what I'm saying. Like, you need to be in a particular site for you to get them. So, and it's something that is
Anyways,
done between
I get like a summary of where you're coming from now. So what you're trying to say is that when you do it as a job and when you do it in the discreet of your house or your privacy, it is okay. But when you bring it to social media, it becomes not okay. So the issue is social media, bringing it on social media.
the issue is bringing it. Yes, exactly. The issue is
So
bringing
the
it
issue
upon
is
social
not
media
the
and
act.
trying to
The
publicize
issue
it.
is
No,
not the
this is not the act.
activity. The
Like, I
issue
love the
is
statement
bringing
this
it on
person
social
wrote.
media.
I love the statement this person wrote. He said, Zamani, do you go naked in public and call it porn? No, Zamani would not. Like, will not go in the form of thing, oh, I'm a porn star, I'm a nudist, this is my job. And Zamani goes about naked or even walks about shirtless. I've not even seen shirtless pictures of Zamani. Funny enough, I've not. That brings me to itself. I barely see shirtless pictures of Zamani. And like I said, porn is acting. It goes through a process and it is archived. And if you want access, you pay. You have to pay to get access. So these kind of people too, are they porn stars? No, they are not. You see that these are a bunch of men. Some of them, people are probably as old as our grandpa self. Some men they were as old as, imagine the man that was in front of the camera that they
Sorry,
were
I don't
videoing.
know if
That man,
Zamani and Don't watched that episode. Did you guys watch that episode? Because the both of you kind of look left out, but yeah,
I think if you
I
can,
get the point. I don't want
Which
to see my
ep-
grandfather
which
naked.
episode?
Where breaking news Wahala, where we talked about the life. So the whole thing is that there were people on the beach. There's a nude beach where people were having sex in that video, and it was on social
Oh
media.
yes, we watched it. Yes, we watched it.
But
I
anyways,
don't see
let's
any
kind of
problem with people going naked on the beach.
my dear, I don't
It's
see
a
any
beach
problem.
now.
This is Don. Do you see any problem with that situation? Let's go on a vote. No, so this is 3 against 1. So Marvelous, I think you should be open-minded. Stop being rigid. Rigid people don't go far. The world we are living in is becoming a very outspoken, free universe, and I feel the world is large. We should be accommodating of everybody's perspective of life. I'm not shaming me for saying you should go that way. Okay, finally, what do you have to say, Dunt? What's the last question you have for us today? And we'll wrap it up for today
Okay.
because we are over time.
So the last one, really quickly is, would you rather have an orgy with a bunch of strangers with your eyes open, or an orgy with all of your exes but you're blindfolded?
Marvelous, you want to go first?
wait, I can't even quickly
It
rephrase
says
it.
you want to have orgy with all of your exes with blindfolds or with strangers without blindfolds.
Obviously, with strangers without blindfolds. I want to be able to see what I'm patronizing. I want to
Thank
see
you.
what I'm
Well,
taking.
I kind of feel like you already know all your exes, and if you dated them,
Yeah,
you keep because like I don't know any of my
yeah.
exes that is not cute. So
No,
I
because
really
even my ex self, even if I'm with blindfolds, I can. I don't know if I touch each
tell.
person, I can recognize each person. If I touch your
Yeah,
body, I can probably recognize each person. I don't even need to. Even the way you actually even do it, I would already recognize you. But even by touching yourself, I can recognize my exes just
like
by
someone
touching.
like
Talk
me
less of the first time.
that loves sniffing. I don't like smell, but I love sniffing. I can sniff who is who of my exes because everybody has a natural smell.
I would do my I would do my exes because why not?
Why are you laughing? Everybody get natural odor now. There are
I'm
some
cool
people
with
odor.
all
Sorry
my
to cut you. There are
exes.
some people smell that you can't erase. You're getting the point. Go on.
I was just saying I'm cool with all my exes, so I would do my exes.
So if you're watching this and you're an ex, know that the door is still open for you, baby. The shop is still open. You can still go get some
Oh
grocery.
my god.
So
Because why
let's.
would you do it with strangers?
There is a lot doing it with strangers for me because one, I don't know those people. Two, I've not had conversations with them, so I don't know their level of intellectual comprehension. Secondly, I don't know what their state of health is. At least for my exes, I can tell, okay, I knew it. Maybe something happened along the way, but it's better than a zero knowledge of not knowing. So, Manny, what about you?
Sorry, what was the question? I
This
was
question
off.
is The question is, would you rather have sex with your exes with blindfolds or with strangers without blindfolds?
With strangers without blindfolds.
Okay. Okay. Why?
God, sorry, it's good to test something new. Ah, like in parable, they say a dog does not go back to his vomit, so I can't. My exes is my past, so I can't go there. I need to move forward, not backward.
But
No,
can I just
Allah.
ask something? Can I
Yes.
just ask
Go on.
something?
Go
Just a
on.
quick question.
Carry on.
Stefani, how are you sure? How are you sure that you're not the vomit and it's your ex?
God will punish you.
I just I just have to be sure because every day this day they will say my ex is my vomit. My ex is I say me I'm not dead there. You sure that you know me with the vomit? Because everybody try to make the ex
No,
the bad person. And oh my ex was the wicked person, he was the cheater, he was
no,
the so I feel like this ex thing sef, we need to even talk about it one day sef. On sex education,
no.
talk
See,
about
seriously,
exes.
seriously, seriously, I'm not really good when it comes to relationship. As in, I get bored easily. So if you're not this kind of fun person, like you need to bring out like something new every day for me to be interested, even if I like you very much. So I get really bored easily, and little things turns me off. You might just bring up this character, this new character, and I'm just like, "Ah, please get that, it's over." So that's it for me. So that's why. Not that we're
Ah,
quarreling. We're not quarreling. We don't have any beef with each other, but we can't be together in a romantic way. We can be friends, ball around, go out, take pictures and all that, but we can't be together in a romantic way. So that's it. That's what I mean. Not that my ex is like a fool or this or trash or that. Understand?
for me, I'm trying to say, I would say that what you said Sha, is kind of true. For people have different way they relate with exes. They have different way they cope with their ex. And me, I will still say again that one thing that no matter how bad your ex is, I know one thing that keeps people that people will always praise their ex for. If you have an ex that is rich, that has money, forget. Even if the person want to let the person be as boring as let the person be as boring as the river or the person may dey old may no even sabi do anything but because of the money
We
a
have
lot
a
of people will
question, by
stick
the
to
way.
they will stick to that.
When you guys are done with that conversation, we have a
Yeah,
question for
yeah,
Bunny.
I'm done. We are done.
It says, "What's
What's on the orgy? I mean, what's orgy on the first place?
yes, RG, I call it
On
Og,
the
I call
first
it
place,
ORG or whatever." Uh, it's Og is like
I
when
don't
you have
understand. On the
sex,
first place,
like when you have sex with more than two persons. When you have sex with three persons, threesome. So threesomes, foursomes, sixsomes, eightsomes, tensomes, whole house, whole community. That is what it is. And yes, any other questions before we close for today? Any contribution because we're about to wrap up now? I think we touched
I think
about.
everybody should just take their final words.
Okay, final what's starting for you, Mr. Achafo.
No, let me go last because
Who wants to go first? Tom, what's your final
I did
word for
not hear
today?
you.
What's your final word for today? What is your final word for today?
Oh, okay. So I just feel like, like group sex is definitely safe. Group sex is definitely fun. Have fun, experiment, try new things. Because a lot of people are very taboo about doing threesomes and orgies and stuff like that because they don't like to share. But I mean, like, you never know. Just explore, find yourself, try something new. You might like it.
My question to you: would you marry somebody you met at an orgy?
It depends.
And if you're in a relationship and you met this person at the orgy, do you consider your relationship closed or open?
Open.
Okay. Zamani, would you like to go next? What's your final word for today, Mr. Zamani, our porn star in the house? House of Zamani.
Okay, I think I think group sex is fun when you're doing it with the right people. Because some people they don't know how to do group sex. Because should I say some people are left out when it comes to group sex. They don't know how to manage the people in the room. Understand? But I know that group sex is fun. As in, it's very very fun. So you don't have to just do the regular sex because it might be boring. But you should try group sex. It's nice. Group sex with drinks and weed, of course.
So, what is one thing you like about group sex? Since you said it's nice.
Oh, I like the dicks. You get to see different sizes, big, small.
Average, fatty,
Yes,
long.
yes. You know what I'm
And,
saying?
and what? Oh, okay, that's enough. Mr. Atefa, would you like to go? Then I'll close the show. I have to go last because I have to close the show. Marvelous. Marvelous?
guys hear me. Can
Yes,
you
we
hear
can
me
hear
now?
you. Yes, I can hear
Thank you
you.
very much. So for me, finally, in just wrapping it up, I would say that group sex is something that can be very, very fantastic. And when you're going into it, things I tell people to that it's all about first, you need to compromise. You need to know that, have that in the back of your mind. You would have to compromise. You would have to either most likely lower your standards because it's like a journey and it should be taken together with everybody. And I always tell people that, first of all, yeah, if people should first take a shower together. Take a shower, make sure that you wash
So
yourself
if
so
there
that you
are
don't come
16
out.
people in
I
the
hope I
house,
say
you all take a shower together?
they will all take a shower, please, so that nobody will start smelling like a dead meat or start smelling like a ram, like a goat. That so lots of people will be smelling like a peacock. Some people will be smelling like a ram, a cow that just a cow that missed the road. Like, so I
Oh
tell
my
people
god.
again, take a
Will
shower
you also
together,
brush together?
brush. Use a good. Yes, so brush together if you have to. So somebody will not open his mouth and he's smelling like a rotten meat. A rotten meat that was abandoned at Walmart. So please brush together, have your bath together, make sure that you guys go together, go with the spirit, go with the flow. Most importantly, compromise. And I tell people that it is something that can be good, it's something that it's very, very nice, but just the first time, the most important thing is that you guys should finding the perfect partner is important. Finding politeness too is also important. Be polite to everybody in that setting because I've been in some situations like that where some people are nicer to some people and harsh towards other people. You could feel it that this
Yeah,
person blends with this
that's true.
person. So it's
Yes.
better politeness generally. If you're coming there, everybody is
Carry
equal.
everybody
Everybody should
along.
be yeah, carry everybody along,
Yes.
no matter how much you like one person. After then, you cannot be showing your likeness towards one person. But in that situation, be polite.
Yeah.
Politeness is
Everybody's
very,
one.
very
Yes.
important. Yeah, carrying everybody along is important. Know that you are there for a mission, and the mission is for you guys to have a good time together.
Have fun.
Togetherness is the
Everybody's.
word. Yeah, togetherness is the
Yes.
word. So that's the thing. I wish I came earlier, and I wish I had video. I would have gone on and demonstrated some things. But my
It's
dear,
better you came than you didn't come at
yeah,
all. But thanks for coming.
no
And
problem.
yes, And finally, like I will summarize, like we did before, have the conversation. Make sure you don't get into that group sex in an awkward situation, because these days people just lie and say, "Oh, I want to have sex. Oh, come over." And by the time you get to the door, like, "Oh, don't worry, one of my friends is here." And before you know, two, three, four, five persons are coming. So make sure that you have this conversation. I'm into group sex, or no, I'm not into group sex. I just want to have a time with just you and I. A one-on-one encounter. Secondly, you guys should discuss your role, because the most awkward thing is then coming there and be like, "Oh, are you top? Are you vest?" You're getting. Have that conversation. If you're going to be the host of the whole party, make sure that you put everybody in a group. You guys discuss your sexual role, so that you get people who are sexually, their roles are compatible with each other. Like Marvelous has said again, when you get in there, if you are turned off by anything, please just kindly, politely leave, than say anything harsh or than do anything that is going to cause a drama. Just leave, let other people have their fun. Don't be a selfish beast. There are some people who come into a group sex and they'll be like, "Oh, I like it." And before you know, they'll be like, "Do you want to come over to my place?" And before you know, two people don't work out everywhere. Two by two, they all go and everybody is left behind. Make sure you
Even
respect who go.
I know one self that happened. That it was the host too. The host called people like, "Oh, come to," so it's like like a three-bedroom flat now that they live together. Like they are all queer, but they have separate rooms. Now another person I host group audio, as he was hosting the audio, and some people now saw themselves. The Somebody else lives in another room, so the person's like fine now. So when it's fine, before we know, he now took the fine people, selected the fine ones, took them took them to his own room. After the whole alcohol, after the whole party, he took his own. This thing now became a factional thing. The one too that had the third room too selected the ones that were not okay, the semi-fine ones, because the host was a really ugly old person. He was ugly and old. God forgive me, sha, but he was ugly and old, to be honest. So before you know, that's how they selected themselves. It was not three faction: the ugly, the not so ugly, and the fine people. Different faction, different room. So it was just a
That's
very
the
pathetic
situation I
situation.
don't want to be in, because, like, at the end of the whole day, you want to respect the host of the whole event, and that is a disrespect to the person indirectly. But anyways, that is it for me. And thank you guys for coming in. Thank you for watching. I know today wasn't like our perfect sex education, but we had a lot of interesting conversation. We answered a lot of questions. Please like, share this video. We are going to also stream it again tomorrow for those who did not come in, because I know so many people normally come in on these shows on Friday. We are sorry, but this is only happening today. So next week we are going to have sex education, same time, but on the regular day, which is Friday. And so many people are asking why this time. We are going to try to start earlier. Maybe we could start an hour or 30 minutes earlier next Friday to see the result. Thank you, and do have a lovely weekend, and make sure you have an amazing sex weekend.